Welcome to Scienceonomy classes. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel Scienceonomy classes. Myself Pradeep Joshi welcomes you once again to our YouTube channel. In the previous class we have studied about food. The last topic of our chapter was previous class was vitamin, and my question start from vitamin only. Name the scientist who gave the word vitamin. Just give your answer in the comment box. In the previous class we have studied about fat soluble vitamin. Now we will start from water soluble. Water soluble vitamins are 2 vitamin B and C. Vitamin B is B complex. Why complex? It is very complicated. Why? Because there are many vitamins in vitamin B like B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12. So it is known as B complex. Now we will start from vitamin B1. The scientific name of vitamin B1 is thiamine, and the disease which occurs due to deficiency of this vitamin is beriberi. Now the question arises, sir, how you can say that somebody is suffering from beriberi? There must be some symptoms to know that the person is suffering from beriberi. Yes, there are some symptoms like the muscles and the nerves gets weak, pain in the hands and legs, the heart rate becomes very slow, and the body starts swelling. These are the symptoms of beriberi disease. Now what are the sources? What we should eat to overcome this disease or to improve our vitamin B1? What we should take in our diet? We should take yeast, milk, meat, whole grains. Now what is yeast? Yeast is a eukaryotic organism. It is microorganism which is very beneficial to us, so we should eat it. By eating all this we can improve our vitamin B1. The next vitamin is B2. Scientific name is riboflavin, and the disease which occurs due to deficiency of this disease is ariboflavinosis. Now your question is, sir, what is ariboflavinosis? How you can say that somebody is suffering from this disease? Yes, we can know. How we can know? The person is suffering from loss of memory. His memory becomes very low, and cracks occurs in the near mouth and lips, and there is irritations in the eyes. There is some problem in your eyes. So these are the symptoms of vitamin the deficiency disease which is caused due to vitamin B2. Now what are the sources to improve vitamin B2? We should eat eggs, meat, green leafy vegetables. So those are vegetarians, you should eat a lot of amount of green leafy vegetables. Now moving on, vitamin B3. The scientific name of vitamin B3 is niacin, and the diseases which occurs due to vitamin B3 is known as pellagra. Now what is pellagra? In this disease there is a problem with skin, that means skin related problems, diarrhea, loose motion starts, and problem with the memory. These are the symptoms of pellagra disease which occurs due to deficiency of vitamin B3 in our diet. So what are the sources to overcome vitamin B3? We should eat fish, whole grains, groundnut, green leafy vegetables to improve vitamin B3 in our body. Now the next water soluble vitamin is vitamin C. Before that we have studied about vitamin B. Now vitamin C, the scientific name of vitamin C is ascorbic acid, and the disease which occurs due to deficiency of vitamin C is scurvy. Now what is scurvy disease? In this disease, bleeding of gums. The teeth are fitted in the socket like structure which is known as gums. These are very sensitive part. From here the blood comes out. Pain in joints, delay in healing. When you are suffering from any disease, then it take a lot of time to get cure from this disease. That means your healing capacity decreases during scurvy disease. And less immunity. Immunity is the capacity to fight with disease, is known as immunity. So the person who is suffering from scurvy disease frequently fall ill. That means his immunity decreases. Now what are the sources of vitamin C? All the citric fruits like lemon, mango, amla, these all are related with citric fruits. So these are the source of vitamin C. Apart from that, sprouted grains is also a good source of vitamin C. In this way we have completed the vitamin part. Now the next part is protein malnutrition. Lack of protein in our diet for a long time is termed as protein malnutrition. That means if you don't take protein in your diet for a long time, that means you may suffer from protein malnutrition. The protein word was given by J.J. Berzelius in the year 1938. Protein is a bodybuilding food. That means it builds your body. The children who are in the growing stage, they must take protein in their diet. They should make protein in a compulsory way. That means it is a compulsory part of our diet. We should eat protein in a large amount so that your body growth and development does not hamper. So protein helps in the growth and development of our body. Next, 1 gram of protein contains 4 kilocalorie. Very important. 1 gram of protein contains 4 kilocalorie. There are some disease which occurs due to deficiency of protein. Now these two diseases are similar, but when you carefully study, then you find some difference in this disease. First is kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is a disease which occurs due to deficiency of protein. See, deficiency of protein is kwashiorkor. It occurs in small children. You can see an image of the child. I will explain this image. Now what are the symptoms of this disease? The symptoms of this disease are delayed in growth, that means growth is hampered. Swelling stomach. See the image of this child, his stomach is swelled. This is swelling of stomach. His skin becomes pale and dry, and loss of appetite. That means his hunger is lost. He doesn't want to eat anything. This is loss of appetite. The next disease is marasmus. Deficiency of protein and energy giving food, or energy you can write calorie. Deficiency protein plus calorie food is the marasmus disease. So this is very important. Now what are the symptoms of this disease? Symptoms: sunken eyes, that means eyes goes inside. Stomach shrinkage. See, stomach is, his body looks very thin, and his ribs becomes very weak. You can see here his ribs becomes very weak. Now this is the children who is suffering from marasmus. You can see carefully. Now moving on, next is mineral malnutrition. Lack of minerals in our diet for a long time is known as mineral malnutrition. Now first of all we start from calcium, very important mineral. What is the function of calcium? Now calcium with vitamin D makes our teeth and bones strong. That means calcium is needed for the proper growth of teeth and bones. That means it makes bones and teeth very strong. Now deficiency disease, rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults. These are the diseases related with bones. Next, what are the sources? Milk, green leafy vegetables, fruits, eggs. You should eat in abundant quantity to make your teeth and bones strong. Now, calcium and phosphorus. These two are similar, so we will not study about phosphorus. Calcium and phosphorus are same, their function is same, so we will not study here. Next is sodium. Sodium is another mineral which is very important. Now what is the function? Maintenance of electrolyte balance. That means it maintains the water level in your body. Muscles contraction, it helps in the contraction of muscles. And nerve impulse, that means it sends messages through your nerves to the different parts of the body and to the brain. So this is the function of sodium. Now deficiency disease, disbalance in BP, that means your BP is, that BP are two types, high BP and low BP, we will study in the next class. So your BP is disturbed, that means the person suffers from high BP and there is a swelling in the body. This is sodium. Next is, what is the source? Common salt is a good source of sodium. All the citric fruits like mango, lemon, tomato and etc. Eggs and fish, this is also a good source of sodium. Now sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium, these two are same. Sodium and potassium, these two are same, so we will not study potassium here. The same function, the function which are of sodium is the same function of potassium also, so we will not study potassium here. Next is iron, very important. Formation of hemoglobin of blood. There is a red color pigment in the blood which is known as hemoglobin. The function of iron is to form the hemoglobin part of the blood and helps in the cellular respiration. Now deficiency disease, anemia. Now what are the symptoms of anemia? That means there is a lack of blood in the body. In this condition, the body becomes pale and breathlessness. This is anemia disease. In this disease, there is a lack of blood. Now what are the sources of iron? Green leafy vegetables, all fruits, millets and jaggery. Jaggery means good. The next mineral is iodine. It is required for the formation of thyroxine hormone. There is one gland, thyroid gland, which is situated in the front part of the neck below Adam's apple. You can feel, boys, they have Adam's apple, they can feel it very nicely. Now health in, now what happens, what is the function of this hormone? It helps in the growth and mental development. Now deficiency disease is goiter. Goiter is disease which happens in the neck, that is swelling of your neck is a goiter disease. Now what are the sources of this? Iodized salt. Iodized salt is a very good source of iodine. Seafood, green leafy vegetables. In this way we have completed the mineral part. Now the next topic is water. As you know, water is a very important part of our diet. Water is a unique substance found in all the three states. Water is the only substance which is found in solid, liquid and gas. Our body contains near about 70 to 75% water. Water is very priceless. You cannot compare water with anything. It is a very most important part of our diet. if we save water, then our future generation can easily develop and can live happily if we save water for them. So water is a very, very important part of our diet. Now, what are the properties of water? The property of water: water should be colorless and odorless. That means water does not have any color, and it should not have any smell. It should be free from impurities. It should be very pure, and it does not contain any impurities. Its pH should be 7. Now, what is pH? pH is a scale. pH scale is a device which is used to know the strength of acid and base. The scientist Sorensen first of all gave the pH scale to determine the strength of acid and base. From 1 to 6.99 acid is there, and from 7 to 14 is base. So the pH should be 7, not acid, not base. It should be neutral. That means the pH of water should be neutral, 7. And water should have adequate amount of dissolved oxygen. That means it should have some dissolved oxygen also. So these are the properties of water. Next, what is the function of water? Very important. Transport materials in the body. In our body, water transport different types of materials throughout the body. Helps in excretion of waste. There are some waste in our body, so water helps to excrete it out in the form of sweat and urine. Maintains our body temperature. Water helps in the body temperature and helps in the metabolism reaction. The biochemical reactions which occurs in our body is known as metabolism. Now, there are some disease which occurs due to impure water. The first is viral disease. That means virus disease. The disease which occurs due to virus are known as viral disease, like polio and jaundice. In polios, the nervous system gets affected, and in jaundice, the liver does not work properly and the skin becomes yellow. Urine also becomes in dark color. High fever is there. These are the symptoms of jaundice. So these are disease which occurs due to viral or virus. Next, bacterial disease, that is cholera and typhoid. Now, typhoid, in this typhoid, high fever is there, stomach pain is there, loss of appetite, and the person gets very weak. Now, next is worm disease, very important. Worm disease, this is guinea worm, and the disease known as naru or bala disease. Now, how it spreads? How naru or bala disease spreads? Naru or bala disease spread by roundworm, which is known as Dracunculus medinensis. This is the pathogen through which this disease. Now, how does it spread? It is spread by female, which is 80 centimeter long. This disease is spread by female. Okay, and the symptoms are mild fever, the neck becomes large and red, eye becomes red. So